And we are live for Saturday night.
Justin,
Okay.
Adventure.
Yes, absolutely. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. Well, almost Easter. Tomorrow's Easter.
Justin, how's Christina holding out? So, okay. We started a couple seconds early.
Yeah, well, you know. Everybody else starts early, so.
All right. So, how do we sound? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. All right, there we go. Okay. I'm praying we don't have a super lag this week. All right.
No, there's one.
Okay. So, first things first, happy Easter, everybody.
We had the Easter Bunny drive around yesterday.
Yeah. Had an Easter parade, sort of, here at Peace River.
Mm-hmm.
A very socially distant Easter parade. So, it was kind of interesting. Unfortunately, not as many people knew about it as could have. They relied on social media instead of putting flyers around.
Yeah.
But, you know. All right. So, kind of want to wait a few minutes until we get some more people in here.
Who else decided to show up?
Seemed like we were going to go to get a good crowd, according to social media response. But
you never know.
And I don't know who would pass up meeting Mark from Grand Adventure. I mean, come on. All right. So this is our first Easter in the RV.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first Easter that we've not gone to church.
Yeah, well,
physically gone to church.
Yeah. But considering the circumstances, the way things are going, tomorrow's the day of Jesus' resurrection. But we've all got to be thankful for one thing. That we're alive, we're healthy.
Okay.
That we've got a place to stay.
All right. Well, I think the biggest thing is to pray for those that don't have those things. Right?
That was going to be my next one.
I mean, it's so easy to reflect on what we have, what we're thankful for. And it's easy to forget sometimes. Uh-oh.
You were driven inside by a thunderstorm.
Well, you tried.
You know, I saw the view. It looked good.
All right. I am going to put the link out for you, Mark. Oh, no. Trouble's here. So, for those of you that don't know, Dana, we have known Dana for most of our lives.
He's actually my brother.
From a different family.
From a different family, but he's my brother.
Yeah.
So, you know.
All right. Mark, I'm going to throw that link out there for you. And you can go ahead and join us when you're ready. And we'll get this show on the road.
I'm assuming you got all your stuff done, Dana.
There we go. All right. All right, I see you, Mark. Whenever you're ready, give me a thumbs up. All right.
He's good to go.
There you go. We're going to get our earbuds in.
Hopefully we don't butt out tonight. The right button for the right ear.
There we go. Can you hear us, Mark? Uh-oh, we cannot hear you. Make sure you are unmuted.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have technical difficulties.
Laptop. Now, can you hear me?
Yes, there we go.
A little bit better.
Well, so much for using the camera microphone. Or at least use the.
Uh-oh, you dropped out. Hopefully it's not.
Oh no,
You got
I'm
a
still
lag,
here.
don't you?
Okay, all right. I think we got a
No,
pretty,
lag.
Seems to be good.
pretty decent lag here. All right. So, my goodness, what are you guys doing for Easter? Do you guys celebrate Easter?
Absolutely, and happy Easter to you and your
Happy
viewers.
Easter.
Yeah, probably not doing much this year under the circumstances, with things being as peculiar as they are right now. So we'll just celebrate in our own personal way.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, we'll be joining in on an online sermon service from our home church here in Tampa. So
excellent. Well, we, like I said, wishing you and yours a very happy Easter.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
You said something about storms.
Yeah, I was all set up with a spectacular background of right outside of Sedona, Arizona. Unfortunately, we had a line of thunderstorms come in, and they're not moving very quickly. So I rushed to get all this electronic gear back inside the trailer. And unfortunately, we don't have that background, but it was pretty amazing spot. Just moved
it was.
I saw it. It was good.
Yeah, wasn't it, Jeff? I'm telling you.
It was gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
But probably going to stay here until I get tired of it. So we'll. It's really busy outside of Sedona right now. The Forest Service does limit boondocking opportunities up here to try to keep, because it's such a busy area. They don't offer a lot of Forest Service roads where camping dispersed is legal. But this place is mobbed. I drove up here yesterday, couldn't find a spot at all. I'm not one of the, I'd rather not be right on top of somebody, so I like some space. And, I'm looking for a spot where nobody can come in and kind of shoehorn in next to me. And I had a real hard time yesterday finding anything, but came up here this morning, found something, dropped a chair, dropped a table, and went back and retrieved the trailer. So all set up.
Can't beat that.
So is that BLM land, or is it forestry land, or is it all the same?
Forest Service. This is Coconino National Forest, which encompasses both the Sedona area and the Flagstaff area of north central Arizona.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the weather like out there, other than storms?
Aside from the thunderstorms, we've been having sunny, right in the low 70s every day, overnight lows in the upper 30s. And it's been gorgeous. It's been absolute. Well, you get a big temperature differential in the desert. When you don't have a lot of humidity, once that sun goes down, the temperature drops like a rock.
Yeah.
And so I've been hanging out in an RV park for a couple of days, moved down here from the mountains outside of Prescott, Arizona. In those mountains, we were high enough that they were actually talking about some snow. So that's why I moved down. That's why I moved down to the RV park. But then the storm got delayed. So instead of running from the storm, I basically spent 3 gorgeous days in an RV park. But now the storm is finally here, and figured I'd run up here anyway, and we'll just ride it out up here.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't think of a better place to ride out at. I can tell you that much.
Well,
I can wake up to that view every morning.
If you ever see red clay get wet.
Yeah, right. So do you have to worry about flash floods where you are?
No, I'm actually on top of a little hilltop. Flash flooding would keep me from being able to get out of here. because the road does cross a number of dry washes coming in. We're about 8 miles off the pavement back here. But aside where we are in camp, no, not an issue. We're actually on a beautiful little hilltop. We've got almost 360-degree views from up here. So
wow.
Yeah, we're right about 6,400 feet of elevation here.
Oh, wow. You're pretty up there then.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Well, northern Arizona starts getting pretty high. In fact, it's snowing in Flagstaff right now. Flagstaff's over 7,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 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 And the highest peak in Arizona is Humphreys Peak. That's over 12,000 feet. And that's right outside of Flagstaff. It's just a few miles north of Flagstaff. Yeah.
Wow.
Learn something new. Huh.
There you go. Yeah.
So for everybody, I put Grand Adventures link down below in the description. And Dana, sorry, Justin, if you could put that up on the chat, that would be awesome. And
sure, we can even make it easier. It's actually just youtube.com/grandadventure.
All right.
You don't have to put that random string of characters that hold mumbly. Yeah.
Oh goodness. So let's see who we got in here. Got Dana.
Justin.
Yep. Oh, hi Hershey. Nice guys. Yeah. All right. So Mark, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your channel and what you focus on?
Thank you. I'd love to. We travel technically all over the country, but our travels the last few years have been restricted to the Western United States. So basically anything from South Dakota west, from the Canadian border all the way down to the Mexican border. Got some friends, you may know their channel, RV Texas, y'all. They referred to us as long timers, and I think that's the best description. We still have a Sticks and Bricks back in Salt Lake City, but we tend to head out on the road for 3, 4, or 5 months at a clip. And I get to work from the RV, so I just, as long as I have internet service, that's all that matters. We primarily boondock. We're really not fans of being in a campground or an RV park. We love having our space. We love just open the door and letting our dog Zoe just do what she wishes and let us know when she wants to come back in, kind of thing. We don't want to bother anybody else, by our activities. So we tend to boondock on BLM or National Forest Service land and just try and get out and enjoy nature. We call it RV-centric outdoor adventure, if that makes sense. So we do a lot of hiking, we do a lot of kayaking, mountain biking, even alpine skiing, and try to blend it in using the RV as a home base, so to speak.
Yeah. And if you guys have not watched his videos, they are amazing.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
No, they are. Really.
They are. I mean, we joke all the time that we want to be like you when we grow up.
Well, you know what they say about a blind squirrel. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes, and we're a blind squirrel. We get lucky sometimes. So.
Well, your cinematography. Yeah, your videography skills are out of this world. So
you're very kind. Thank you.
Yeah. So, but anyway, go check it out if you haven't already.
Please, would love to have anybody come on over and come along on our grand adventure and make it your own.
Unfortunately, it looks like we got a light crowd tonight.
No problem. No problem. I'm happy to be here.
Somebody else. So how has COVID-19 impacted you and your plans?
Well, first of all, it gave us pause as to how we were going to go about this. We weren't sure that leaving when we did. We left in middle of March. Weren't sure that was really the right thing to do. It's turned out to be just fine.
Mark, let me interrupt just a second. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. We have got somebody outside that is doing some work on their trailer. Jeff, what are you doing? Just close this window. All you can hear is drills. That's all we hear is a drill.
You can hear it a little bit. It's not that bad. Not that bad
Okay.
at all.
All right. All right. I can't push that shut. That's where it's coming from.
Anyways, go ahead.
So anyway, Mark, I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We got really lucky when we decided to head south in Arizona. Things have not been terribly restrictive down here. Yeah, some national parks have closed, some national monuments have closed. So that's restricted some of our ability to see things and bring our cameras into some of those places. But by and large, most businesses are deemed essential by Governor Ducey in Arizona. So we're finding, you know, I had to get oil change in Prescott. I got a bunch of stuff done. No issues at all. Stores have shortened hours. Yeah, I'm standing outside occasionally trying to get into a supermarket waiting, you know, until some people leave. But for the most part, it really hasn't been that big a deal. And even in our home state of Utah, there's a statewide recommend stay at home. Salt Lake County, the urban area, does have a stay at home order. But really, I mean, there's no penalty for not abiding by it. And really, you know, because we're dispersed camping, we're probably safer here than we are at home.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, in suburbia, I have a much greater number of encounters with other people who may or may not be infected. Whereas out here, who the heck am I going to encounter in the middle of the desert? So in a sense, we're probably safer, and we're probably safer for everybody else by being out here.
We are.
Yeah, and that's something that we've been very thankful for. Where he works in Pinellas County, and I just saw the latest report there. They're upwards of 500 infected, verified infected at this moment. And Wauchula here is in Hardy County, and the last report I saw was there's a total of 3 infected in this county. Now, that's going from people who have actually gotten tested.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, if you can have it without having symptoms, you can have it without having to go to the hospital, or you know. So who knows? But at least here, like you, I feel I can go about my day and not be brushing elbows with people all the time.
Right.
Everything I touch here is ours. You know, we can make that happen by choice. When you live in the city, there's just no way to control that, and you can't control other people's actions. So
it's like where I work.
Absolutely true.
We were working 10 hours a day, and literally now we've had to go down to 2 shifts because right now we can only have 16 people total
in the building
in our work areas. So we have to restrict our movements. We have to watch what we do, keep our 6 feet and that. So I mean, it's cut us down a little bit of what we can do, but inconvenienced us a little bit. But I feel right now we just do what we got to do to keep going.
And the company's still open. It's still Nobody has had to. I don't think you've had to lay anybody off.
No.
So you know, we've been very blessed in that regard. We pray every day for everyone that has been impacted by this COVID, either by health or emotionally or losing income. It's I don't know, and we pray that it ends very, very quickly.
Indeed. Our work situation, we actually, you know, we went 100% virtual rather than reporting to an office. And frankly, for our travels, it's actually worked out almost to our advantage. We too, Jeff, just like you, we've gone to a split shift simply because we only have so many remote connections into the office system. And so I'm working 6 to noon Mountain, whereas others are working noon to 6. Because I'm in Arizona, it's actually 5 to 11, so I'm getting up at the ungodly hour of 4:45 every morning. But I'm done at 11 o'clock in the morning, so we get a chance to get out and see the area.
We only laughed because there for a while he was getting up at 2 in the morning to go to work.
Okay. 4:45 doesn't sound so bad anymore. Okay, I'll give you that.
It doesn't sound too bad now, does it?
No, not at all. But it gives us the chance to get out and see the area. But when we went to Texas last October, the days are so short. By the time I got done with work at 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, I didn't have time to go see anything, and we were making our big moves on the weekends. Whereas here, I'm done by 11 o'clock if I want to move camp or if I want to go out and see the environment or take a hike or go do anything else. I've still got 8 hours of daylight. So I'm actually at the change
Makes
in
a
our
big
work
difference.
schedule. Absolutely.
Yeah. I was there for a couple of days. They went to a 3-shift work day, and he was working midnights. And I was like, man, I don't like being here by myself all night. But man, I actually see you more than I ever have in 5 years. But anyway, so.
Well, see, there's a benefit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then he did that for what, 3 nights, and then they moved him to second shift. The bummer shift of them all,
I just look at it this way. I do what I gotta do and keep on going.
Yeah.
So, that's all I can do right now.
Exactly. And that's all any of us can do right now.
That's exactly right.
Away, and there's going to be light at the other end of the tunnel. And speaking of light, I'm actually seeing sun outside right now. So gosh darn it, I wish I hadn't had to move inside. Oh, so frustrating.
Are you on your laptop, or what are you using?
Yeah, I've got the laptop here connected to, I'm using a Sony Alpha 6500, which is my mirrorless. So I'm trying to use the best image quality that I possibly can. And I've got that streaming into my laptop, and the laptop is relaying it to your live stream. So it's kind of a complex. I had a lot of electronics outside when it started raining. So it was definitely time for it.
You don't want that to get wet for sure. Mark, what got you guys interested in RVing in the first place?
Oh, good question. Well, we came. I for years, for decades, did a lot of backpacking. So hiking in remote locations, setting up a tension line in a little mountain lake, and just hanging out for a few days. Eventually got older, got lazier, and got softer. So that basically meant we started truck camping. And truck camping was great, except with, at the time, 2 adult large dogs, Patricia and myself. The 4 of us sleeping in the Tacoma got a little bit tight. And there was one trip along the Ark. There was one trip along the Ark, and said, there's got to be a better way to do this. And some friends of ours had just bought an old casita, and we're renovating it. And we're thinking to ourselves, we could just get a small trailer and do the same thing ourselves. And we ended up going bigger than we expected. But I think we really found the sweet spot. Our trailer's 26 feet overall, and the living space is 23 feet. But we're fortunate that this model's got opposing slides. So it actually goes to 15 feet wide. So we have a ton of space for ourselves. What's that?
Which model do you have? What trailer do you have?
Evo by Forest River. It's a model T2050. We have a 2016 model year. And we've been extremely happy. It's just the right amount of space for us. We like to keep it small because we like to get into really remote spots that a lot of people can't get into. There's that backpacker thing coming through again. But it gives us enough living space to be comfortable, but not too big that we can't sneak it into some places. We were up at Lily Lake last year in the Uinta Mountains in Utah, and went into the ranger station to pick up something. And the ranger says, "Oh, where are you camping?" And I told her. She goes, "Oh, you're in a tent?" I said, "No, actually, I pulled a 26-foot trailer up there." She's like, "You got to be kidding me." She says, "I'm afraid you're stuck up there." So we don't shy away from rough roads. As a matter of fact, Ed from Homie at Large, another YouTube channel, was out with us yesterday and doing a little exploring. And I think I gave him a few extra gray hairs just driving around in the truck. But we tend to get as far off the beaten path as we possibly can.
That trailer has a really decent ground clearance, doesn't it?
It does. I've got 23 inches of ground clearance, which is actually more than my truck. And you know, it's not just ground clearance. You have to watch your approach angle and your departure angle and your breakover angle and all that stuff. But you know, some roads are fine, except you get 3 miles down the road and you hit a curve around a tree and realize I'm not getting around that curve. So you always have to be flexible and be ready to back up a half a mile to be able to turn around, which we've had to do.
Fun.
But, it's all part of the grand adventure, right? So,
absolutely. Yes.
It is.
Yes. So, in your recollections, what has been your best trip ever?
Oh, gosh darn it. I get that question a lot, and it's impossible to answer. You know, the mountains are different from the ocean, is different from the desert, and the Sonoran Desert is different from the Mojave Desert. Each place is special in its own way. If I had to give you a list of favorites, I'd probably have to give you 20. So
if you haven't watched, he did a special series of videos a couple of months ago about his special picks of the different regions.
We do. Every year we do. Every year at the end of the season, we do a recap and we talk about our top 10. But it's not our top 10 favorite campsites because, you know, each one's different. So we'll talk about our favorite boondocking site or our favorite RV park that we stayed in or our favorite, you know, campground that we stayed in or our favorite view that we had. So we try to do it that way.
So if you had to pick just one place that you could, that you were only allowed to go one place.
You're gonna force me here.
Spot. Okay.
I'm gonna pin you down.
All right.
Yeah. If you only had to pick one place.
My all-time favorite, if I'm going to say in terms of the camping, in terms of the recreation, and in terms of the sheer beauty of the place,
overall
I'll give you overall experience. I'll give you Crested Butte, Colorado.
Which is where exactly?
It is due north, 30 miles due north of Gunnison, Colorado, which is the central mountains of Colorado. It's due south of Aspen, although getting from Aspen to Crested Butte is more of a hike than a drive. It's the scenery is spectacular. We like to boondock up Washington Gulch, which is National Forest Service north of town. Crested Butte is at the end of the Gunnison Valley. It's a dead-end valley, so there's only one road in and one road out, pretty much. But up in Washington Gulch, unfortunately, it is a very popular area, and I'm seeing rumor that the Forest Service may start restricting dispersed camping up there due to overuse and abuse, which is really a shame. But the wildflowers... The alpine wildflowers are amazing. The hiking is amazing. There's lift serve mountain biking at Crested Butte Mountain Resort, which is a ski area in town. The town itself just drips charm. It's your stereotypical small Western town with just charming boutiques and restaurants and shops to go through. And then 6 miles away, you're up in the forest, camping amongst the animals. It's perfect.
Nice. Now, did you do a video about it?
We've done 2 episodes from Crested Butte. It's our episodes number 58 and 59 on Grand Adventure.
All right. Nice. So, along the same train of thought, if you had to name your worst RV experience,
which RV park would it be?
I know she said park.
Well, it doesn't even have to be. It doesn't even have to be a location. You can. It can be just an experience in general.
Okay. No, actually, I'm going to give you one, and it's actually not in an RV park. It's actually at a dispersed camping area called the Anvil Camping Area, which is run by the Forest Service right outside of Silverton, Colorado. It's an established spot where multiple rigs can congregate and camp. It's a free camping spot. It's right on the banks of the Mineral River. It's 3 miles outside of Silverton, which is another one of those just classic Western destinations. We were there for about 4 or 5 days at this point. We got there and there was an older travel trailer right across the creek from us, but nobody was around, and they were the only other people there. And come Friday night, the owner of that RV showed up with about 6 or 7 other rigs of belong to their buddies.
Oh
We're talking,
no.
the loud construction style generator fires up 100 feet from our window at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was just a junk show. So next morning, packed up, left.
Yeah.
It was more than we could possibly tolerate. And these are the kinds of things that, yeah, they happen. But
Yeah.
fortunately, they are the exception rather than the rule.
Now, does that happen? Is that a common occurrence at that particular
No.
location, or do you think that
No,
was just a fluke?
we've been there before. We've been there before. Found out from talking to these guys that they do this as kind of like a guys' weekend, the same weekend every year. So we made a note on our calendar to kind of scratch that date out and make sure that we're not in Silverton at that weekend.
Oh
And,
my
hey,
goodness.
more power to them. They were having a good time. It's just that it just turned into way too much of a crap show for us to stick around for. So we ended up hitting the road. But no, we've camped there before, and we will camp there again. It's a lovely spot, and Silverton is one of our favorite places. So we'll definitely be back. It's just not on that weekend.
So I'm sure you've done videos about that location as well. Do you know what the episode numbers
We
would
have.
be?
We have. Episode number 69 is our $1 Million Highway episode, which Silverton is smack dab in the middle of the silver million. And that's our most extensive video on Silverton. We did do an earlier video, very early in Grand Adventure, that in particular, but that was done with a series of still imagery because we hadn't yet started Grand Adventure at the time that we filmed that. So I recommend them, which gives you a taste of that road too, to get in and around Silverton, which quite frankly scares the bejesus out of a lot of
we've seen that. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful scenery.
It is.
Gorgeous scenery.
Undoubtedly. These are the San Juan Mountains, which is a mountain range in southwestern Colorado, and they are by far the prettiest mountains, I believe, in the entire state of Colorado.
Wow, yeah. So if somebody wanted to visit out west or anywhere, if they wanted to be able to do the things that you do, go the places that you go, what would be, and they do not have an RV yet, what would be your best bit of advice you could give them?
That one's a tough one. I would have to say, first of all, if you want a little taste of everything in one area, I've got to give the nod to my home state, Utah. You have 5 national parks. You have Arches, you have Canyonlands, Capitol Reef. Let's see if I can get them all. Bryce Canyon and Zion. You have ample lodging opportunity next to all 5 of those national parks. In addition to that, you have high alpine mountains, you have red rock deserts, and you have everything in between. So you can kind of check all those boxes without a lot of distance traveling between different stops on your trip. Outside of Zion, you've got wonderful lodging in Springville and Moab. You've got, the Red Cliffs Inn in Bryce Canyon. You have
I hope
Ruby's
we're not
Inn.
losing you, Mark.
Oh, no. Am I back? I'm seeing me. Huh.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here. You let me know.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
seeing
There we
you.
go.
Yeah.
That leveled out. I don't know what that was, but it
Okay.
leveled out.
Okay. Well, hey, technical glitch. I'm actually using a cell phone to broadcast this, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Me. So, yeah.
it happens.
So,
Somebody was wondering, does Mark have children?
oh, yeah, we've got a question on the chat. Do you have children, and what do they think of the lifestyle in an RV?
I don't have a child of my own. I have a stepson. Patricia had a son when we met. He was 5 at the time. He's now 28. So we've been a big part of each other's lives throughout him growing up. Michael did a lot of camping and backpacking with me long before we got an RV. So he understands and shares the love of the outdoors, and he certainly appreciates what we're doing and stays in touch with us and keeps track of our travels.
That's awesome. Yeah.
No, he's a good boy. He really is a good boy. He's a good man. He's 28 now. But he's living up in he's living up in Canada, so he's geographically separated from us, but he admires and appreciates what we do.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice. So, all right, going back to the advice. Now, if somebody has an RV already and wanted to experience as much as they could in, say, a 2-month period, which is what a lot of RVers try to do, where would you recommend? The same area or something?
The one thing that's really easy to have happen is to try to move too much and try and accomplish too much in one window of time, even if that window of time is 2 months. Now, don't get me wrong. I like moving. I'm not one of these people that can, stay the 14-day stay limit and then move to the next spot. My attention span is a little too short for that. We tend to move on average. I'd say we move every 3 to 5 days from one spot to another. That said, if you've got a couple of months, I wouldn't try to bite off too much. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew. Maybe do the Pacific Northwest 1 year. Go in through Montana, Idaho, Washington, come down the coast into Oregon, and then head back. Maybe another year do the desert Southwest. And a lot of this is going to depend on what time of year you go. Spring and fall, desert Southwest is wonderful. Summer, you won't catch me within 500 miles of the desert Southwest. It's just too dang hot.
It can be brutal.
Although the thing is, a lot of it is very elevation dependent. And that's what a lot of people, especially from back on the East Coast, and we're East Coast natives ourselves. But one thing that a lot of people may not realize about, the Western areas is that temperature and weather depends on elevation. So, the Sonoran Desert, which will be 115 degrees in July at 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 feet of elevation, you can go up a nearby mountain, get up to 7, 8, 9,000 feet, and now you've lost 30 degrees off the temperature, 40 degrees even.
Wow.
So you recreate at what elevation has the temperature that you're looking for. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, we experienced that when we went through the Blue Ridge Mountains from Florida to Ohio. So yeah,
absolutely, that will do that even there. The effect is more pronounced out here, but yes, you will see that effect back there as well. The fact that there's more humidity back east tends to minimize that effect a little bit. In the drier air, the effect is more pronounced.
Yeah, I think through the Blue Ridge, you get most of the effect through the cloud cover.
Yeah, you do.
Sure.
Yeah. So, so what made you decide to start a YouTube channel?
Oh, okay. I had gone to a mountain bike festival in central Utah every year for a number of years. It's in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the nearest town that to where this mountain bike festival is held is about 600 or 700 people. And that's the only town around for 40 miles in any direction. So it's sparsely populated. But anyway, it's the local citizens who put on this mountain bike festival every year. And we just became really good friends with those folks. They're salt of the earth kind of people, and really got to know them over the years. Well, we had just bought this RV. I had just bought my first drone, and I decided I was bringing the drone and the RV to the mountain bike festival that September, and I was going to film the mountain bike festival as a favor to the folks who put it on.
Oh, okay.
And so I needed a place to upload the video. So I didn't, I had a ski channel. I didn't want to put it there because it didn't make sense. I had a personal channel. I didn't want to put it there because it didn't make sense. So I just created a brand account, and I wanted something that, if I decided to expand it, if I decided to do something more than mountain biking and camping, that it would encompass all kinds of outdoor recreation. So we went with Grand Adventure. And then it just kind of mushroomed on its own. It's like, oh, okay, let's do another video now that we're out on this trip, on this weekend. And we were weekenders. And next thing you know, we had 37,000 subscribers and 2 million video views, and it's just been going ballistic, way beyond our wildest expectations.
And how many years has this been going on? How many years has Grand Adventure been live?
That episode from the Mountain Bike Festival went up in October of 2017. So about 2.5 years. About 2.5 years. I couldn't ask for more. I really couldn't ask for more. People have been wonderful. Our viewers just leave us tickled. They really do. We love interacting with our viewers. You'll be hard pressed to find a comment that we've never responded to. I mean, we just love interacting with everybody. Met 2 fellow YouTubers who are also viewers at the RV park we just left. We try to collaborate with folks as much as we can, and we just have a really good time doing it. It's fun. It's got to be fun because it's a labor of love putting these videos together. People ask me, how long does it take you to edit a video? And the truthful answer is about an hour per minute of produced video. If I make a 20-minute video, that's 20 hours of editing. And we do a video every Wednesday. So it's a lot of work. And it's for not a lot of, you don't do it for the financial reward because the financial reward is not substantial. You do it because you love doing it. Exactly. And we really hope that it shows when we do the videos because it is a labor of love for us.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Anybody who says that being a content creator is not a full-time job, they don't know what they're talking about.
Absolutely true. There's many a night that I'm up until 1 or 2 in the morning editing video, and then I'm up at 5 a.m. to go to the real job. So
So every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock.
Every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, right? 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll put out a new episode, and we'd love to see everybody there. We do premieres for every one of our videos. So each video, when it premieres at 9 Eastern or 6 Pacific, we have a live chat going. Everybody's watching it simultaneously the first time, and there's a great group of people who attend every week in the chat room too. People have made new friendships in our chat room during our premieres, which is terrific.
And it's a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun with the conversation in those chats.
Absolutely. And I'm honored that you folks participate almost every week. It really makes my day to see you guys there.
We love them. So
it really does.
Participating.
He's usually asleep at that time, but
well, with working those hours, I don't blame you, Jeff. I don't blame you one bit.
So, out of the equipment that you use for your videography, for producing your videos, what would you consider to be the piece of equipment that you could not live without?
My workhorse is the camera I'm using to live stream this right now, and that's that Sony Alpha 6500 that I mentioned a while ago.
Right.
That particular mirrorless camera has in-body stabilization as well as lens video stabilization. So it's actually being stabilized twice without losing any pixels. It's not using software stabilization. So I can handhold almost any shot, which is critical. You know, if you're just going to run and gun a shot, you don't have time to set up a tripod and make sure you get a steady. And there's nothing more seasick than having too much camera shake. So that camera is my workhorse. I depend on that for 80% of the video footage. And the other 20%, the second most important thing is the drone. We do an awful lot of drone filming. Folks really tend to love that unique perspective that you can get in some of these wild places that we go to. We shoot everything in full 4K. So, you know, if you have a TV like a Roku or what have you that gives you the ability to watch YouTube on your big screen on the wall, we shoot in full 4K, and it really does come through looking pretty amazing on the big screen.
Tell. Yes. So I know
I'm sorry, Amy?
You can definitely tell that it's
thank you.
The 4K.
Thank you.
Now, you use a Mavic, if I'm not mistaken. What model do you use?
I have the first generation Mavic Pro. I've not upgraded to the Mavic Pro 2, and actually this homie at large and I were talking about that yesterday. There's a pending change in the FAA regulations on drones that is going to require what they call remote identification, whereby if there's a drone in the air, authorities are able to tell the tail number of that drone, who the owner of that drone is, and where that drone is being piloted from. And that's a safety issue that I think we all can appreciate. The Mavic, right now, we're big fans of DJI drones. We feel that DJI makes the best drone product out there right now. But DJI does not yet offer a drone with remote identification capabilities. So instead of upgrading to the Mavic Pro 2, we're kind of hanging out waiting for the next generation that will have that. So that way our drone won't become obsolete when pilots are no longer grandfathered into flying a drone that doesn't have remote identification.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, we just got the DJI Mobile 3.
The gimbal, the handheld gimbal.
Gimbal.
Yep.
Thank you. And that's our first introduction into the DJI lines. And oh my gosh, the thing is amazing.
Yeah.
So,
now they are. Their firmware and their software is amazing. It really is. They make the best of those products.
When you're working on a smaller budget and you know you've told yourself no, you're not going to go spend thousands of dollars on something. It's
Trust me, I hear
wonderful entry point.
And another camera that we use that I can recommend for somebody who's just getting started, that's really at a pretty attractive price point, is the DJI Osmo Pocket. That's about $300 to $350. It's a full 4K gimbal camera, all combined, and the thing, it's about that big. It fits right in your shirt pocket. Yep. We're using one of those as well, and we heartily recommend those. It's a great vlogging camera for anybody who's just getting started out.
Right now we're using the Mobile 3 and also his Canon camera.
That was my Canon.
In combination, but probably around Christmas time, we'll end up getting the Osmo Pocket for him. And
you're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it.
So
a lot of our driving shots, I've got one hand on the wheel and the other hand out the window with the Osmo Pocket, just shooting. That's how you get those drive through the town shots and what have you. Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Yeah. That's something too, is, you know, hiking with that Osmo Mobile. We went hiking in Little Manatee River State Park, and I know it well. And I was like, wow, it's nice to be able to do this without tripping over everything, because I can actually watch where I'm going.
So true. And it also minimizes the walk and the bounce and the shake, and everything comes in nice and steady, and and
you don't get seasick watching the video.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, all right. I know everybody's waiting for this discount code for the MaxOak Bluetti.
Get it out there.
Are you familiar with the Bluettis?
I took a look at it when you put out the announcement for this video. We do have a lithium power bank from a different manufacturer. As a matter of fact, I was using that to power everything outside when I was waiting for the live stream. And by the way, I'm going to say it again. It's gorgeous outside right now. You wouldn't believe this. You know,
to get outside, aren't you?
Tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do. Well, no, I don't know. I'm going to try and get a shot. I'm going to get a shot out the window while you're giving out the promo code. How's that sound?
All right. Well, in case we lose you, Mark, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much for the invitation. And folks, if you're not subscribed to Our Crazy RV Life, make sure that you go hit that subscribe button, like this video, and we'd be thrilled to see you over at Grand Adventure as well.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. And hopefully we'll get to meet in person one day. All right. So he is going to attempt to show us this beautiful view. Oh, there. Look at this.
That's the view I want.
Oh, wow.
That's the view I want.
So it's a little washed out right now. Here he goes. He's going to take it over to the window, I think.
Wow. That's my view.
Oh, look at this. Oh, there you go. Money shot. That's what you get when you're in the Sedona, Arizona area.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that 360 view.
Can I retire now?
Beautiful.
Can I retire now? There we go. Yeah.
He had been all set out underneath the awning. Oh, we just lost him. All right. All right. So, does anybody have any questions about the MaxOak Bluetti? The one that we have is the AC50 model. It's a 300 watt, 500 watt hour model. And we actually won it from MaxOak. This is not a paid endorsement.
No.
We get absolutely nothing from you guys buying one of these.
No.
We are putting the discount code out there just because we can. And it's great. We haven't had a real chance to use it in real life boondocking because we won this just before COVID-19.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't want to wait any longer to offer this discount code because there are people that are doing a lot of boondocking right now that could possibly use it. It's great for powering laptops, for charging cell phones. I ran a big box fan in the trailer here for about 5 hours on low speed on it one day. And, you know, it's an awesome little tool. And the discount code that we've got, if you go to the link in the description, something else here.
He's got more pictures. He's got more pictures. Mark wants me to retire. So.
But anyway, enjoy the view. The link to the product is in the description below. It takes you to an Amazon link. Again, we can get nothing from this. And if you go and a lot of times there will be already a discount on the product, either $50 or $25. If you do the discount, if you add the additional discount of MaxOak, all capital letters, one word, MaxOak 100. So the discount code is all one word, all run together, MaxOak 100, MaxOak 100, and that will get you $100 off.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to any discount that Amazon is already offering.
Yep.
So right now, I just checked it today, they have a $50 discount on the product at Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And I plugged in this code just to see what would happen, and it did give the additional $100 off. So if you buy it with today, the way it is anyway, you'll get $150 off of that product. You can't beat that.
No.
You can't beat that. So, Justin, if you could put that Amazon link up there. No, that's Grand Adventures link. It's in the description below of this video. I'm hoping you can access that easily. It's an awesome discount, and you know, don't pass it up. And again, we get nothing from this. We are not endorsed by MaxOak. We are not endorsed by Amazon. So, all right. So, my goodness, I haven't had a chance to really look at the chat during the whole time.
We've been talking all the time.
So, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, okay.
Our Epic, you're still here. Yeah. Johnny Allen, hey, all right. Charles Rubel, WCRV Adventures.
How can you go wrong? You're sitting here enjoying a view like that. How can you go wrong?
I know it, seriously. Full-Time Dream. Full-Time Dream, I'm not sure. I'll have to check you guys out. I'm not sure that we're subscribed to you yet. We'll check you out. All right. Yeah, I mean, seriously, look at that view. That's amazing.
Mark is teasing us. I'm sorry.
All right. So, thank you, Justin.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you, Mark, from Grand Adventure.
Absolutely, yes. So, I've got a little piece of trivia for those of you, for you guys still here. And whoever gets it right first, before we end this video, which means you only have 3 minutes to answer the question, will get a $20 gift card from Amazon. Where is our favorite place to boondock here in Florida? If nobody gets it right, then nobody wins.
I know.
Name the location.
I was walking out the door. Mark, you're just teasing the heck out of me. I'm sorry.
All right, so for a $20 gift card from Amazon, e-card from Amazon, where is our favorite place to boondock here in Florida? Anybody? We've made absolutely no secret about it.
No.
Well, what's the Jeopardy theme?
No, I hate that thing. I hear that every day at work.
Oh, she's
that's
working. Oh my gosh. Oh, all right, Bailey. All right, we've got a winner. I didn't even see you come in. All right. D from Gone RVing.
Of course you would know. We play tag. You're it.
All right. D, get with me afterwards, and I'll get you that $20 e-card from Amazon. I don't know. She should qualify as friends and family.
Friends and family discount?
No, friends and family, not eligible. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Wow. All right. It has been what? Oh, draw it again. All right, guys. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for joining us.
We truly hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, give us thumbs up and share out this video. We would truly appreciate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you cheated. We love you, Dee. All right, Justin, thank you so much for moderating for us. You did a great job.
Thank you, Art.
And tell Christina we said hang in there.
Yeah. That's all she could do is hang in there.
Yep. So, and we're praying that y'all have a smooth delivery and everything goes great. And I know she's praying for it to be over soon. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful Easter. Don't forget the reason for the day. We love you all. God bless.
God bless. Thank you all.